Hello friends, I am Dr. Parthasarathy, Senior Consultant Surgical Gastroenterology and Minimal Access Surgery at KIMS Hospital, Secunderabad. Today we will address another common area where people have lot of myths, doubts, fears and questions, and this pertains to a very common problem in the public, which is the problems of the anal region, namely piles and fissures. So generally people have so many doubts about this. They are hesitant to ask these things to their friends or relatives, and many a time we see that people, because of this shyness and fear, they ignore seeking help for this problem and land up in a complicated state when they have such issues. So let us address some of the common questions which is there in people's minds pertaining to the anal problems like fissures and piles. When we say piles, technically they are referred to as hemorrhoids. So what are these piles? Is piles a disease? If somebody says I have piles, is it a disease? So one has to understand that piles are naturally occurring structures in the anus. So every person has a type of tissue in their anus called pile tissue or hemorrhoidal tissue or hemorrhoidal cushions. So what is the function of this hemorrhoidal tissue or pile? It is basically to cushion the anal region and prevent any injury when hard motion passes through the anus. So piles are naturally occurring structures. It becomes a problem or a disease when the size of the pile increases in size. And when the size increases, it starts dragging down, it starts projecting out of the anus as a bulge that can bleed and create other symptoms. So why does this piles become enlarged in some people and it does not in others? One of the main reasons why people develop piles is constipation. When they have been straining at stools for a prolonged period of time, like people have constipation for 5 years, 10 years, every day they have to strain during the motion, and this repeated excessive pressure drags the piles out of the anus and they start enlarging and hanging out. So one of the most common reasons for piles to happen is chronic constipation and straining. Apart from it, there are also other reasons which are less common. Pregnancy is the time where because of the changes in the hormone status, these piles tissues can enlarge in size and project out. Old age is a time when piles can become problematic, but the most common reason why people develop piles is constipation. So the moment somebody comes to know that they have got piles because they have undergone a test or a colonoscopy for some other reason, and the report says grade 1 hemorrhoids or grade 2 hemorrhoids, small piles seen, they start panicking and they come and ask, do I need treatment for this? What will happen if I don't treat the piles? The answer to this is all piles do not need treatment. Meaning, as I said earlier, piles are naturally occurring cushions which is seen in every person. So the mere detection of the presence of a pile inside the anus does not mean one has to get treated for it. If one does not have any symptoms of piles, if one does not have constipation, if the motions are free and soft, there is no excessive straining involved, if there is no bleeding in the motion, if these pile masses don't project out of the anus and cause discomfort, your piles do not need any treatment, no medicine or no surgery. The only precaution these people need to take is make sure they continue to have a very free motion by taking adequate fibers and adequate fluid intake, and that is all they need to do, and they need not worry that they have piles and it might lead to complications suddenly. So people who have been told that they have piles for many years, they live in a constant fear that these piles can turn into cancer. Many people come with the fear, and even if you find a small pile mass, they start asking us, sir, should we get it removed because I heard from my friend or relative that this can turn into cancer if we don't treat it for a long time. This is a myth. Hemorrhoids do not turn into cancer. But one has to understand that hemorrhoids can be the first symptom of an underlying colonic cancer. Let me explain this. If somebody has got only piles and if no treatment is done for the piles, after 10 years, can that turn into cancer? No. If a person comes with piles to us, we will always check if there is any tumor or a mass or a cancer in the colon, the last 20 or 30 centimeters of the colon, which can cause pressure on the blood vessels in the colon, and thereby it can present as piles. So once somebody has got a piles, there is a chance a cancer can be associated with it, meaning a cancer and piles can exist together. But a pile as such does not turn into cancer with the passage of time. So people who have been tested for piles and have been told that they have only piles and nothing more need not live in the fear of developing cancer from these pile masses. Like I told you, all hemorrhoids do not need treatment. Second, all piles which present with symptoms do not need surgery. Only a small percentage of people with piles problem finally require surgery for the cure. Asymptomatic piles, meaning when piles do not cause any symptom to the patient and the piles have been detected during some routine colonoscopy or an endoscopy test, we need not do any special treatment for those piles, except that we have to be careful that we don't have excessive straining during motion, which will prevent the piles from growing bigger. When the piles start creating symptoms, like when you start having bleeding on and off once in 3 months, once in 4 months, or a small bulge is seen outside the anus, or mild itching on and off, many of these piles can be treated without surgery by preventing constipation, use of a hot water tub or a sitz bath, local cream application. There are certain ointments which will help in reducing the size of piles, and there are also other methods where a rubber band or a small injection is given into the piles to shrink it. So small piles, single piles which is causing minimal symptoms can be treated with these methods itself without the need for any major procedure. Piles which have grown much larger inside, like we have a grading of piles, grade 1 to 4, like piles which are in the higher grades, like grade 3 or grade 4 piles, where they constantly project or hang out of the anal region, cause discomfort when the patient is sitting and trying to work for long hours, frequent bleeding during motions, itching and pain. So these are the pile masses which need something more than medicines for the treatment. And the treatment of piles nowadays has been revolutionized with the use of laser technology, where most of these piles are treated without the need for any cutting operation, and with a laser beam the pile masses are shrunk and the piles problem is cured. So only a small minority of patients with piles need some sort of a surgical or a laser intervention, whereas majority of patients with piles are either left alone or cured with medical or simple non-surgical treatment methods. So generally there is a lot of overlap and misunderstanding about the anal problems. Like people with piles, they come and say, I think I have fissures. People with fissures think they have piles, and there is a lot of confusion as to what disease they have, for the simple reason because the patient cannot see the anal region by himself, and thereby he cannot understand what is the exact problem that is happening there. So fissure and piles are completely different problems. So piles, as I told you earlier, are naturally occurring anal cushions which become enlarged and start projecting out. Fissures, on the other hand, are basically an injury to the anus where there is a small cut which happens in the anal region, and because the anus is a very sensitive region of the body, even a small cut there can cause extreme amounts of pain and discomfort to the patient. So generally you do not find severe pain in a piles patient, whereas a fissure patient almost always comes to us with severe pain. So what is this fissure? Why does it happen? Whenever there is a hard motion which tries to pass, the patient strains very hard and the motion is also very hard and it passes through the anus, it can create a small cut in the anal region. And this cut creates intense pain because the anus is a very sensitive region. Because of this pain, the anus goes into spasm or a complete tight closed state. When the anus continues to remain in a tight closed state for prolonged period of time, the muscles fatigue and there is a constant pain sensation for the patient. And the second time the patient tries to pass motion, because of this spasm, the motion has more difficulty in passing out, worsening the cut and thereby increasing the pain sensation. So fissures are basically a wound in the anus caused because of passage of hard motion. Piles are naturally occurring anal cushions or soft tissue, spongy tissue which drag down and enlarge and cause problems. So they are completely different problems. The treatment for these two are completely different. The problems and complications which happen in these two are completely different, and the cure rates are also completely different. The answer is majority of patients with fissures heal spontaneously. Like any wound in the body, once you have a cut, whether you treat it, whether you apply stitches, whether you put dressing, over a period of time, nature heals it. That is the rule. The only problem with fissure is because it lies in the region where there is a need for daily passage of motion, creating repeated injuries to that region, one cannot give absolute rest to the fissure region. And that is the reason in some people these fissures do not heal naturally and they continue to bother the patient for longer time. Even in this group of patients, simple medicines, ointments and avoiding a hard motion heals the fissure in most people. Like if you have 100 people with fissures, almost 80 of them will generally heal either on their own without a treatment or with the use of simple treatment methods like a hot water tub or an ointment or a syrup or a laxative to make the motion soft, so that one can give adequate rest to the anal region for the fissure to heal by itself. Only in cases where the fissure is long standing, it has become a chronic fissure, and if the spasm is very severe, that these medicines may not work. And once the pain is very intense, these are the small group of patients, maybe around 15 to 20% of patients with fissures, who will need some sort of a surgical or a laser intervention to cure the fissure. So as a rule, majority of fissures are cured either spontaneously or with the help of simple medical treatment. Like I told you, surgery is needed for a very small group of patients who suffer from fissure. And the basic premise of a surgery is to relieve the anal spasm. So the anal spasm is something, the muscles around the anus go into an extreme tight state where the anus is kept closed very tightly continuously for prolonged hours, and that causes severe pain. It's like holding your fist tight for 10 minutes can start hurting your hand. After 20 minutes you can no longer do it because your muscles get fatigued. When medical treatment fails to cure a fissure, one resorts to some sort of a surgery to cure it. So what is done in this surgery? The surgery is usually called a sphincterotomy operation, where a small cut is made and the anal sphincter or the muscle band which surrounds the anus is cut and released partially. So thereby the anal spasm or the tightness comes down, the anus relaxes, and thereby the fissure gets time and opportunity to heal. So nowadays this is not done with the help of a knife, it is done with the help of a laser, where the cut is avoided and the laser beam is used with a small puncture to release the sphincter. So advantage of this is there is no wound around the anus. The pain with the operation is very minimal, and the patient usually goes back on the same day of the procedure, and immediately after the procedure the pain is relieved. So fissure patients come in the morning with extreme pain. When they undergo a sphincterotomy, a laser sphincterotomy, by evening when they go, they are absolutely pain free. The result is instantaneous. But all these surgical methods or laser methods are required only in a very small group of patients, wherein majority of the fissure patients cure with medical treatment alone. So another common fear with which patients come is I heard that once if I go for a surgery for fissure, it will be cured now, but again after 1 year I'll get back the fissure. Is it true? So one has to understand, fissure is not a disease. Unlike piles or fistula, fissure is basically a wound. It doesn't happen because of an infection or any other major pathological process. So just like there is no prevention against one getting injured in life, like if you have a fracture and you get a surgery done for the fracture, if you ask the doctor, can I get a fracture again in my life? The answer is yes. If you hurt yourself, you might end up with a fracture. It is pretty much same for the fissure. When a hard stool passes, it cuts the anus and that causes the fissure, and with the help of laser or surgery or medicines, the fissure is made to heal. Majority of times the anal spasm is relieved and most patients remain normal throughout their life. But in certain patients who do not follow good dietary practices, who end up having repeated severe constipation, or if patients have constipation due to other causes, if they continue to pass very hard stools, there is a chance they might get another cut in the anus and thereby have another fissure. But by and large, once someone undergoes a sphincterotomy for fissure, it is usually cured for life, because the anal spasm is relieved. The chance of motion hurting the anus again is lessened because the anus is more pliable, more elastic now. In very elderly patients who have chronic constipation, or people who are in the habit of using their fingers to help pass the motion because the motion is very tight, these are the people where you can expect a fissure to happen again in life, but generally even when they happen, they are not very severe. So by and large, fissure treatment generally cures most patients, more than 95% of patients, permanently, unless there are certain other triggers which keep causing injury to the anus and cause repeated attacks of fissure.